technology is really impacting every aspect of our lives at the moment. It really is transforming our work, our lives, and our children's education. So it's great to be here to talk about some of the opportunities and challenges that we're all facing in this new reality, and to listen to our partners here, ViewSonic, who've come along to talk to us about those opportunities and present some of the solutions that they've got to offer us to help us deal with this new reality. But before we make a start, we have a short video, not too long, about 10 minutes maximum, telling you a little bit more about the park, about what we do here, who we are, what our relationship is with our partners, and some of our goals and objectives. So I'll put this on now. At the end of that, we're going to hand over straight away to ViewSonic for their presentation. After that, then I'm going to ask you to go outside and just listen to ITD, talk a little bit more about their VR and AR solutions. Is that okay with everybody? Great. So I'm going to put the video on now, and let's see.
This video is brought to you by SRTI Park Studio, a whole new visual experience to promote your business.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Sharjah Research and Technology and Innovation Park presentation, the original gateway for innovation and business growth. The Sharjah Research and Technology Park is a brainchild of the UAE leadership of enforcing the role of innovation and emerging economies and developing the economy of this country and creating new opportunities for private sector, public sectors, and entrepreneurs. It's a reflection of the leadership, the strategy of innovation 2027 for the United Arab Emirates. We are delighted and lucky in Sharjah to have the ruler of Sharjah, His Highness Sheikh Nicholas Al-Fahd bin Mohammed Al-Qasem, as the chairman of the Sharjah Research and Technology Park. His Highness' commitment to education is massive. He invests not only monetary resources in developing the infrastructure of Sharjah when it comes to innovation and education, but its dedication is immense to developing the whole ecosystem of education in this part of Sharjah. We at the Sharjah Research and Technology Park focus on 4 main objectives. The first objective is to develop an innovation ecosystem, not only based on the infrastructure of building industry, but also the mindset of people. We also aim at developing new generation of scientists, entrepreneurs, and leaders that can support our drive toward innovation. Our third objective is to focus on catalyzing the knowledge economy, investing in technology and science and entrepreneurs so that we can have an impact and create enterprises that support the economy of the country and the economy of Sharjah and make it more competitive. And last, our fourth objective is really to invest in the future. We at the Sharjah Research and Technology Park, we identify companies and we vet them and we invest in these companies and we scale them up. Our objective is to create enterprises that will create economic, sustainable business. We at the Sharjah Research and Technology Park focus on 6 main subjects. The first one is water technology. The second one, production design and architecture. A third one is mobility logistics and smart cities. Fourth one is healthcare and digitization. And fifth one is renewable energy. And last but not least, environmental technology and circular economy. These are the 6 areas we focus on. And these are the 6 areas that we believe our colleges, our private sector have a competitive edge to go and develop. We believe in triple helix. We work with government, private sector, academia, and non-for-profit organization to develop this our ecosystem of innovation. We have launched research activities with universities, and we're trying to commercialize this research. We also engage with government and creating best practices when it comes to artificial intelligence, blockchain. We launch sandbox with ministries, and we work with businesses as well in developing and commercializing technologies that will make them more sustained and more competitive going forward. We pride ourselves at the Sharjah Research and Technology Park to be able to attract some of the leading technologies into our park, whether we're talking about 3D construction, or additive manufacturing, or agricultural technologies, or photovoltaic R&D centers, or transport and mobility technologies, or mixed realities. We pride ourselves to be part of a 47,000 students ecosystem at 22 universities and education institutions, and more than 2,000 PhD holders, all in the same place within the facility of the technology park. Since its inception, the Sharjah Research and Technology Park managed to attract global players, regional players, and local players. We pride ourselves to work with international companies like GE, like Intel, and Nokia, for example. We've worked with GE on additive manufacturing. We work with Intel on solutions related to applications and reskilling. And we work with Nokia, for example, on IoT labs and other things. We also have regional companies leading in additive manufacturing like Immersive. We have also mobile fueling companies like Caption, and also we have companies in health like Nifta. We also have local startups that are thriving and really defining the way forward. Since the inception at SRTIP, we believe to have a global vision and regional vision. We believe in partnership, sustainable partnership. That's why we work with countries, with academic institutions, with science institutions, and with UN-led organizations as well. The objective is to develop sustainable partnership and a win-win situation for everyone. We developed the Sharjah Research and Technology Park based on best practices. And at its start, we managed to benchmark Sharjah against 9 other cities around the world, from Boston to Marseille to Shenzhen to Bangalore to Hyderabad to Philadelphia. We looked at 6 main innovation criteria, like market and investment, interfaith activity, knowledge and R&D, human skills, infrastructure. And we looked at these things and we benchmarked with other nations around us to see where Sharjah is vis-a-vis this nation and learn from these activities as we go on. Here are some examples of the bright technologies that we are developing here in Sharjah. We pride ourselves to have the largest, or one of the largest, transport and logistics innovation center in the world. We in Sharjah developing next generation technologies that will be promoted in this region and will become an integral part of the mobility solution in the Middle East. We also pride ourselves to have significant investment and technology development in hydroponics and aquaponics and agricultural technology. We believe that the Middle East food security insists that we develop these type of technologies, and we work hand in hand with the private sector, with entrepreneurs, and with academia to develop these technologies here. Third, we also developing photovoltaic R&D center. Our aim is to promote renewable diversity and bring new source of sustainable diversity to the energy mix that comes here in the park. We pride ourselves to launch Energy Innovation Hub, a regional platform to engage and attract innovations into this region and link them to the industries of energy within the region. We also pride ourselves at the Sharjah Research and Technology Park to host one of the largest makerspace in the UAE, the Sharjah Open Innovation Lab. This lab dedicated to entrepreneurs, to faculties, to companies to come and co-create and co-innovate the future of technologies at the park. We develop and promote this soil lab by engaging with different players, whether you are an investor or a company or academia. They all come and co-create and create businesses and enterprise out of this lab, which features cutting-edge technologies in textile technologies, electronics, metal, 3D technologies, and others. For SRTIP, collaboration with academia is an integral part of our work. We work with universities in the UAE and around the world. For example, the American University of Sharjah is one of our key partners, and we work with them on three main areas. One around IP and commercialization, entrepreneurship and development of science, employment and internship, and also in Arabic stage. We believe to have innovation, we have to develop human capital and develop a strong link to academia and academic institution. Here, I would like to share with you some other examples of the innovation we have here. We've managed at SRTIP in collaboration with academia and industry to create fantastic footprint, a regional lab for construction of 3D materials. So we have today rented many houses using 3D technologies and using collaboration with education as well. Another example of what we do is we develop IP intellectual property and commercialization of the IP, and the topic for example is collective co-creation. Another example of R&D is we are developing musculoskeletal technology that can apply for healthcare sector and also apply for industry within construction as well. And we do this in collaboration with academia and in collaboration with the private sector as well. The Sharjah Research and Technology Park also thrives on developing an ecosystem. I have spoken about the Middle East Energy Innovation Hub. This is a platform to develop new innovation within the energy sector. To be able to conduct our work at SRTIP, we have developed a comprehensive ecosystem that includes events and themes like the women in technology, promoting circular economy, and launching various accelerators. Our flagship accelerator is the Sharjah Advanced Industry Accelerator. We pride ourselves to be the home of the Middle East North Africa Innovation Technology Pathway Center. We would like to position Sharjah as a platform for technology innovation and technology transfer in the whole Middle East. And we work with scientists, with science institutions, academia, private sector to be able to do this. In addition to that, we run a series of events at the Sharjah Research and Technology Park. These comprise webinars, exhibitions, conferences that allow businesses and departments and tenants of SRTIP to engage and grow and develop their businesses and build up strong network with investors, businesses, academia, and government. We also launched the Sharjah Angel Investor. The main aim of this Angel Investor is to create funds and make funds available for startups to come and grow out of Sharjah. We also host many delegations, international delegations, throughout the year at the Sharjah Research and Technology Park. We host a lot of webinars, and we aim to do more of these webinars to cement relationship with countries, with industries, and with different players. Sharjah Research and Technology Park also have fantastic facilities for exhibition. We host many exhibitions and conferences at the park, and we aim to continue doing that going forward. This is a summary of the Sharjah Research and Technology Park. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. We look forward to working with you. We look forward to partner with you and grow with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan. You can keep it instrumental. Okay.
السلام عليكم.
Okay, thank you all. Thank you to give us this opportunity. Let me start. I'll try to make the presentation very soft and quick. So my name is Ali. I am from ViewSonic. Okay, thank you. So let me quickly introduce who is ViewSonic. ViewSonic is a US brand focusing on display and educational solutions. Today we talk about overall. I will give you an introduction about ViewSonic and about our product. Then we focus more about what we provide for education. Okay, so the company established in California, USA in 1987, and today we are in more than 100 countries distributing and selling our solutions. What is the vision for ViewSonic actually? In ViewSonic, our slogan is see the difference. So in any product, any solution, you take it from ViewSonic, either for your personal use, consumer product, or if you talk about the business product, you always easy to see the difference because we have a lot of features in our product. Our mission, as you will see now in my slides, we don't have only hardware, but we also have software. So it's a real solutions which can add value to your process. So quickly, in this slide, you can understand what type of product we have. We talk about the bin display product. For example, now within the pandemic or within, let's say, even in business for company, you have a webinar, you have an online workshop. You need to annotate, you need to write your notes. You cannot use the normal mouse, right? So this is the right product for you, the bin display. You can explain whatever you need. Just it's a very simple device. You can connect it to your laptop using USB, and you can write, annotate whatever you want. It will appear on your laptop and also your audience online. Monitor also, the monitor, we have a wide range of this product, starting from the touch monitor, the gaming monitor for consumer, business monitor, high graphic for graphic designers. Then we move to viewboard. Viewboard, this is one example of the viewboard, which is the interactive flat panel. Interactive flat panel, I will talk more about it now because this is mainly now for education. Within the pandemic, we have a huge demand. You can say it's booming demand for education and for business on such a product. The LED display also, this is when you talk about the digital signage, you go to public, let's say, any places in the mall, in the airport, there is a digital signage, so we have solutions for that. And the last point, we talk about projectors. And you know, projector, just remember, when we say projector, ViewSonic is a leader brand in LED technology. What is LED? Just remember 2 points. When anyone mentioned LED projector for you, it's the best technology, the latest technology in terms of quality of color. Second point, it's giving you the longest lifetime. Previously, if you read the history for projectors, anyone buy a projector after 2 years, you need to change the lamp, 3 years. Okay, but with LED, you talk about 10 years, nothing to be changed. So you can say it's fixed and forget. No need to change any accessory in this projector. ViewSonic is a leader brand. We are market share #1 globally in LED projectors. Okay, I will talk quickly. I will not go in deep details, technical details, because it will be boring for you, about the interactive panel. So just also for your understanding, there is 2 types of technology in the global. There is IR technology, similar to the one which we have. There is capacitive technology. The touch technology is similar to your phone, our smartphone using the capacitive technology. There is no frame like this for IR. Both technology is there with ViewSonic. If you are looking for capacitive or IR, both technology is there. This is just for your reference. All the screen come with the ViewSonic with Android operating system, so it has built-in operating system already. And there is a slot here, dedicated slot. You can add Windows PC. Why Windows and Android? Because if we have this, so that means you can have more features, more functionality for this touch device. That's quickly, I don't want, as I mentioned, to talk about details. This is just for your understanding. Some of our customers, especially in UAE, we talk about very important customers like UAE University. They start already using our solutions in most of the classrooms. RIT, they have a new building actually in Silicon Oasis. All the display solutions used by ViewSonic. There is many, as I mentioned. Just recently, we talked also with Ministry of Education on a big project, also to develop the classrooms in the ministry. Okay, that's in general, as I mentioned, some of the case studies which we have, which made ViewSonic actually to be #1 in UAE market as a solution provider for education. This is just also for your understanding about our position in some other markets. I just give example in US market. Today, ViewSonic, it's US brand, but also in USA, we became #1. End of 2020, we celebrate to be #1 in US market, and till today, we continue on this success story. Okay, no need to go in deep details about the other products. I just want to give a quick comment about this slide because it's important more for education. If you talk about education, within the pandemic, we know the students stay at home, teachers stay at home, right? Each of them, either student or teacher, they need some tools and softwares. So with ViewSonic, we give the total solution from A to Z. As a teacher, what you need your laptop, but we provide also monitors, so it will be more bigger screen. We provide the bin display solutions, as I mentioned. You can have this product, so whatever you annotate, you can see on your screen, and the student can see on his screen. And to connect the student together with the teacher via internet, there is application called My View Board. We developed this application. So that's what, when I said we provide a solution, not only box moving product, we develop software together with hardware to make it a total solution. My colleague Muhammad will go deep now in My View Board, just quickly also, faster, to explain more details about My View Board and what feature we have. For students, you just need your laptop, and we give a wood mat. It's similar to the bin display, but more, let's say, more affordable in price. So student didn't want, no need for him to spend a high budget for this solution. Okay? Just quickly, I need to go in very little details. This is another accessories, let's say, for education inside the classroom. Sometimes I'm doing some experiment, let's say, as a teacher, I'm sitting here, I cannot ask all the students to come and see, right? So I can have this document camera, we call it. If I fix it here, whatever I did by my hand, they can see on the larger screen, or if I put also another projector, another screen in my classroom, they can see all the details. Okay, now I will move to talk quickly about the software, then my colleague Muhammad will handle the software part. Quickly, what type of software we have in ViewSonic? The first one, we call it wireless presentation. This software is very important for classroom, if we are like this inside a classroom, or if we are inside meeting room. Okay, what is the benefit for this software? Very easy. I have, any of you have his mobile, his tablet, his laptop. If you need to mirror your device on my screen, yes, you can. Whatever the operating system you are using, you use iOS, Android, Windows, Mac, Chrome, whatever your device, you can mirror your device to my screen. This is the first point. So it's compatible with all operating systems. Second point, if I'm using my screen with Windows, ViewSonic is the only one who can connect unlimited number of users. I have 30 students, for example, or 10 people in my meeting room. All of them, they can connect and mirror their devices on my screen, and the screen can be splitted unlimitedly. This is another unique point. If I'm talking on Windows, if I have my laptop, not mobile, not tablet, I have my laptop, I can connect it wirelessly, but not only mirroring. Also, you can use the touch experience. So it's wireless connection, wireless control, not only projection, right? So no cable, no more cable on table. If I have my laptop, I can connect it wirelessly. No need for HDMI cable, no need for USB, right? You can have totally connection using our VCast. This is about the VCast. What other software? I will jump to Device Manager, then my colleague Muhammad will show you the My Viewboard. What is Device Manager? This software is more useful for IT people. If we are in, let's say, a big company, we have a lot of meeting rooms, or if we are in university or schools. Let's say university, one of the university, we sold them, they took more than 300 units. 300 units, you can imagine in each classroom, if the IT need to check screen one by one, it took how many days for his time. But with Device Manager, his job is easy. He can stay in his desk, he can make fully manage for all of these screens. What type of manage? He can on and off, make schedule for on and off. For example, I need that screen in that classroom after 5 hours to be on, or after 6 hours to be off. Okay, he can update the firmware, restart, manage all the settings, increase the volume of the sound, decrease it, brightness. What else he can do? He can do broadcasting. If I have a message from the principal, for example, of the school, I need to share this message on all the screen. Okay, wear your mask, for example. Yes, he can put. Or I need to share a very important video, like what we see, the nice video which we show now. Yes, you can broadcast whatever multimedia, either image or you need to share video on all the screens. Not only that, I also can do my screens as a group. Let's say I need not all the 300 to broadcast the same content. I need 100 screens, for example, to show some video. Another 50 to show another video. So I can make my screens as a group and choose different functions for different group. Last thing for sure, I can install and uninstall any apps using the Device Manager. So as you can see, with those features, with those points, the IT person, his life is easy. He can make fully control on all the screens from this software. Last thing, I need just to give introduction about My Viewboard. It's a software which help you to prepare your presentation, to present your presentation and drive the participation inside the classroom. Just quick hint, we are the only one who provide this important software and totally available in Arabic, in different languages, but I need to highlight Arabic because here, many schools prefer, like for teachers who speak only Arabic, so it's available in different languages. Last point before Muhammad start, we are the only one also who provide this software and the same software available on all operating systems. This is very important. And if I have a screen with Android, for example, okay, it has a software. This annotation software. If I use my laptop with other company who do the same solution, they have another software. So you use the new laptop software, you came to classroom or to your meeting room, you have to use another software, so you will be confused. But with the ViewSonic, we are using the same software with the same interface, so you need one-time training on Windows, Android, or even on the web browser. Same software. That's it about the presentation. Muhammad, now, maybe you can continue and show our software.
Thank you for the presentation. It was very informative. Hopefully it was smooth and fast.
Yeah, please.
So, talking about My Viewboard ecosystem, first of all, as my colleague Ali just explained, it consists of so many components. So for us, we will start talking about the main, or let's say the superstar of the My Viewboard ecosystem. And by the way, we call it ecosystem because any tool that the educator or let's say the trainer need, he will find in this whiteboard, let's say. So whiteboard is from My Viewboard ecosystem, but for now, I just sign out to show you how I will process it. Just 1 second. Okay, so like this, once you open the multi-board whiteboard, it will look just like this, all right? So you need to sign in using either the email and password, or you can use your Google, Microsoft, Apple ID, or simply you can scan the QR code from an application, which is one of the components of multi-board. We call it multi-board companion. So simply, let's say if we want to imagine a scenario that the educator or whatever get inside the classroom, so they want to sign in. So actually, if he will write the email and password, the student might copy it, right? So safe way to sign in, simply pull out your phone, open the multi-board companion, and then simply you will just scan the QR code. Just as simple as this. And then your ID will be shown here, which indicates that you signed in the whiteboard. Okay, so why do I need to sign in? Just for for your information. So if I get inside the classroom, so I can use the whiteboard, I can explain and annotate. So why do I need to sign in? Simply, once you will sign in, you will have your cloud integration with the multi-board. Simply, what does that mean? If you have your content on the cloud, it means that when you go to the university, to anywhere, your data will follow you, will travel with you. So you can bind your cloud integrations on the whiteboard, and then simply you can go to the classroom, sign in, and then go to the magic box, go to your cloud integrations, and then any slide that you already uploaded to the cloud, simply drag and drop that to the canvas, and it will be imported to the canvas. Then you will have your content on the slides, let's say. You can annotate, you can explain. So for example, you can choose a pen, and you will start explaining to your students. So this is the first reason why you need to sign in. Simply also one more thing, you need to sign in to access all the features, which I'm going to explain. Second thing is, let's say that I'm a type of people who would like to explain using the videos. But let me just open a new slide. So from the magic box, I can import any YouTube video. From here, simply, I just tap on the YouTube icon, and then I can search for anything. Let's say, for example, do we have any science lover here? All right. Okay, so how to import any video? Again, if do I need anything to be imported to the canvas, simply drag and drop. So now I imported my lesson, and then I imported a YouTube video, so I can play it just like this. I can adjust the sound. And one more thing, if I would like to highlight something that's very important and to annotate it and to explain it to my students, simply I come here to take a snapshot from the YouTube video. And of course I can just simply minimize it.
Now look
Okay, thank you. Alright, so here's the photo, just a snapshot from the YouTube image. If I tap on it once, it will give me so many options, but I'm not going to explain all of them actually, alright? So here is the YouTube image, YouTube video. You can import any video. Of course, here you can import any image. One more thing, if you are using a math tool, so we have a wide range of the mathematic tools right here. And if you want to, let's say that you are using the video conference, Teams or Zoom or whatever, because it's integrated with the, Microsoft Teams and conference system or conference solutions. Simply you will go to the camera and then tap on it once, so it will open like this. And then if you want to minimize it, it will be minimized actually, but my hand is a little bit wet. And then you can just drop it right here, and then you start explaining to your students or to your, attendees. And by the way, you can connect different cameras. Just like now, here we have the ViewSonic and the other one, but it's hidden behind the camera, the IFP itself. Simply magic box, camera, and then you will open anything you would like to. Simply, it's built on icons, so it is simple to use. For example, if anyone came, he doesn't know anything about the software. From there, he will know that this is the pen. Okay, if he tapped on the magic box, so he will look, okay, this is the YouTube video. If I came here, here's my local storage, and here's the cloud. So here actually is the magic box. Let's move on. Let's say that I want to record my session. Simply from this icon here, it will pop up this window for you. If you'd like to take a snapshot of your canvas, you can take an entire snapshot, or you can draw to take the snapshot, or simply you can crop. Let's say you draw a square to take a snapshot. Or if I tap on the video camera here, this window will pop up for me, so I can, here, these two icons, let's say, you can either go live, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or whatever, or you can record your session from here. And this is for testing for the mic. Actually, the mic is from the camera. And you can choose either to share your entire screen or only the window. So for me, I'll choose the entire screen and then I tap on the screen recording. It will ask me for the resolution, just tap once, 3, 2, 1, and now your screen is being recorded, audio, and if you open the camera, so it will be recording video as well. So from here, you can pause it and stop it. Let me stop it. The screen is being recorded, audio, and all right. Let's say that you recorded your lesson and you want to send it to your students. Simply, you will tap on the save, and then it will be saved as MP4. You can save it or upload it, let's say, to the cloud directly, or you can save it on the local storage. Okay. So this is regarding the recording the sessions. Okay. So if I went to the next thing is the pen. Actually, here we have something very interesting, which is called the AI pen. The AI pen simply it will try to understand what you are trying to say. For example, if I just draw a card here, excuse my hands. Okay, so it's gave me some 2D images trying to understand that I draw a card. So you can simply drag and drop to have the 2D image, just like this. Or if you press and hold or tap and hold, it will open for you the embedded web browser and on an image. So simply, as I said, no need for you to go outside to open Google Chrome. From the software, there is an embedded web browser. And for example, let's say I want to import any image, again, drag and drop. So simply, you will have any image you want. Okay. So far, we just imported the lesson, we imported, image, video, and then we recorded the session. One more thing I'd like to talk about is the live caption. Okay, the live caption is very important since we are living in UAE and there is a lot, this is one of the advantages that we have a lot of nationalities, so we have a lot of accents. No, not only that, let's say that some of you, for example, the guys who are sitting at the back, they cannot hear you. So what you are going to do is, you will open the settings for the live caption, choose your accent, and then simply just tap here and it will be open. Or let's say switched on. So anything I'm going to talk, it will be written here. So people at the back, they can read if they cannot hear me. Or let's say some of the people cannot understand my accent, so if they read, they will understand what I'm explaining.
So also multi-language.
Of course, it supports. Let me just switch it off. So, 1 minute. So actually, these are all the languages that the live caption is supporting. For Arabic, so many accents for English, and Spanish, French, and also Germany and Chinese. So this is for the live caption. Okay, so at the end, let's say that you end with your lesson. When I was a student, I was suffering from one thing in the university and in the school. Some of the doctors, or the educator, let's say, he will say, I will give you time to write. Just pens down and focus with me. And at the end, he will leave the lecture. The next doctor will get inside and he will erase the board. And for me, I didn't write and I didn't understand. Okay, so my board is offering to you the solution. Simply, you can save your lesson and send it over to your students. You can, you can print it on A4, or the simplest way, you can tap here on the QR code and then just generate the QR code for your students. Once they will scan it, they will have the lesson on their mobile phones as a PDF. All right? Let's just wait a little bit. I believe I uploaded so many slides. So, okay, this is the QR code simply, and the student will scan it, will have the lesson on their phone. One more thing, it's like actually an example of my suffering on the education. When I'm studying, let's say, or in a math class, and the doctor is writing so many equations. So if he at the end, he will just move here, so we will start confusing the students. It's like, from where this number get? We don't know. Simply what the teacher can do here, or the doctor, he has the infinite whiteboard. Let's say I filled it with the annotation. I'll just tap on the hand, and then I'll just move the board, just like this. And then I can complete my annotation. And let's say if I just lost, simply tap on it again, so it will navigate you. You can navigate to know where are you stopping. Okay. One more thing, as my colleague Ali explained, it supports Arabic. So if we went to the settings, here in the language, we can just turn it to Arabic. So the whole software will be in Arabic, just like this. All right. One more thing, quickly, I want I'd like to mention about is the Immersive Reader. So we said that we can import video, image, lesson. One more thing, we can import text. So if I went to the embedded web browser, went to all here, okay, and then I'll just scroll down a little bit. Okay, so let's say this text, I want to import it to the lesson. So simply I will just highlight it just like that, and then drag and drop. So I'll have it as a text on my canvas. Tap on it once, I can let the software read it for me.
A pickup truck or pickup is a light.
Okay, or I can use the Immersive Reader. Let me just open it very quickly. Okay, so what Immersive Reader can do for me, simply, it will read for you. This is the basic. You can adjust the voice selections like female or male, the speed. You can from here the play and pause. Text preferences, you can play around with the font, the color, whatever. If I went to the grammar, and this is mainly for language teachers, whatever. You can give the noun color, verbs, adverbs, adjectives. Each one of them you can give it a color. So it will simplify the process of teaching the grammar. Or if I went here, I can literally translate this text to any language. Any suggestions? Let's use Arabic. Arabic, okay. And then I'll just tap on the document. So it is translated to Arabic and it is colored based on the Arabic grammar and it could read in Arabic as well.
شاحنة صغيرة أو بيك أب هي شاحنة.
Okay, so this is actually the Immersive Reader. And actually, as you can see, there's a lot of features, but we don't want to go through all of them. This is the whiteboard. It's used for onboard learning. It could be used for hybrid or distance, let's say. But for distance and hybrid, we have another software, or let's say not software, another component of my board called Virtual Classroom. Let me just quickly open it for you to show you the case. So simply I just opened the Google Chrome and then went to myvboard.com and then I will just sign in. Okay. You can let us on this because my account is fine with Microsoft. No time? Alright, then actually we are done with the whiteboard, so if there is no more questions, but
What Muhammad was trying to say, the same software, as I mentioned, available on Windows, Android, also you can open it from the web browser.
For distance learning, yes.
Your device, you can just open the web browser, you will have the same software. That's it.
actually
Please.
I'm done.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much, Muhammad. Thank you all for your time and for your listening. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask us now. Any questions regarding the software, hardware? All is clear? Yes, please.
Just there is some education systems use Moodle, Blackboard, universities. How compatible are these with those ones? Can you implement those into this software, into this platform?
That's a great question. Actually, all of these Blackboard, I believe Sharjah University, for example, using Blackboard, this is LMS, Learning Management System. It's integrated and compatible with our application, but our solution is not LMS, as you can see. This is inside the classroom how I interact with my students. So yes, our application or solution is compatible and integrated the work with the LMS application like Blackboard, Moodle, or whatever. Yeah. So there's this integration.
You have a question?
Regarding the training, do you provide some training and how long it takes in time to get familiar with these many options and facilities?
For sure. Usually we have Muhammad and his colleague, his team also, they are from the technical department. So they are providing any customer use our solution after he start, after he get the product, we give a full training to him.
Also, it will take for you only, let's say, 1 day or 2 times to practice it and you will master it. Because it's very, very friendly to you.
Yeah, but there is training for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
I have to ask, have you applied the system in any inclusive schools or people with disabilities, if you have any access to the features in particular?
Sorry, again, in schools you mean?
Yeah, schools for children with disabilities, let's say, or for
Yes,
people
yes.
with disability that has accessibility features.
Yes, there is many schools. I can share also case studies with you who's, let's say, for entry level, secondary level, in different levels, they are using our solution.
Do you
Because
have any in Sharjah or in
There is, yeah, there is.
Yes.
We can share with you the huge list actually.
Allow me, Ali, here to interrupt. We made a case study recently with a school in Dubai, and actually the teacher, she was explaining, she had a student with the special needs, so she was saying how the student gotten more engaged and he's more interacting with her and with his friend due to the software and due to the board, because it's easier for him to see, and it has a lot of content that is friendly to use, and it has the original content which Muhammad can show us now. So actually it made the student to interact and engage more with the teacher. What I can do with you also, I can share with you this case study, or you can visit our Facebook page, it's there, or LinkedIn page, you can watch this case study.
Yeah, there is original content on the software itself, which enable, especially for entry level, to you have already lessons. Not only that, also we have something we call it My Reward Clips. It's for all the levels, whatever the level for the teacher or for the students. They can, My Reward Clips is like a Netflix, but for education. You can imagine it's a huge library, has more than 2 billion, I believe, videos just for education. Yeah, please.
I want to ask, the software have like a license that will be expired?
Yeah, it's a very good question. This is another strength point. We give usually most of the features which we mentioned here, we give it for free if it is for education and lifetime, not only for 1 year or 2 years. There is some slightly extra features, like for device manager, for example, which I mentioned for the IT. There is some extra features in this software. There is license, but all, or let's say 80% of what we show here is free lifetime.
The important one with the IT. Device
The IT, see, most of the points also device manager is free, but there's, as I mentioned, some extra features, and there is, it's very, let's say, affordable.
Talk about the camera and the mic.
Yeah.
It's separate, not it's built in with the...
For sure, camera is not built in. We have another model coming soon with built-in camera, but usually for education, we prefer the camera not to be built in. There's a place here upside to fix whatever type of camera you need, bigger camera or smaller camera, but we prefer to keep it up because you need some time to make it there or any side.
Okay, the last question for some school, the small students,
Yes.
for the screen, how to protect for them?
Yeah, see, this surface already anti-scratch, anti-glare, it's very, very heavy duty. And if you bring, for example, your key, okay, and you just put it like this, it will not scratch. So it's a very heavy duty product. And we tried, maybe hardly Muhammad get any service issue, to be honest. But for sure, if I bring, let's say, hammer and you know, but I mean for user as students also, we all was kids and students, we know, yes, but it's heavy duty already. Yeah. Otherwise, no one invests to bring a huge number of skills in their schools. Please.
Can students access some of the features if their school is not involved in these one? For example, that library with the education videos.
Yeah.
Can students have accounts of their own without having their school?
No, students, see, usually just to explain how is the accounts work. For example, now Muhammad is signed in, right? Okay? This software, I say free. Now, any one of you can open my report on Google. You can download it, it's free. But how to open more features, you need to sign in. To sign in also, yes, we make it free, but it's not free without informing us. You have to come to us, say I am from X school, okay? It's very simple. Why it's not licensed, it's not per user. Tell me I am from X school. Any teacher under X school, he will use it for free by us. And we will make a free domain, under domain. I mean, for example, my email is ali@x. Anyone under the same domain at X, he can use it for free. And we will make a license there,
I can just clarify with this. Actually, it is integrated with the SSO. You have heard about SSO. It's like if you are using Azure AD or resource or whatever, so you can synchronize the MyBoard account with your school, with your SSO. So actually, let's say that you have 100 teachers, let's say, so you can synchronize it. So all the 100 teachers, they will have an account. So it depends on how many teachers you have, you can just synchronize it with the SSO.
So to summarize it, the free one, the basic version, anyone can download it, but if you need the more features, more advanced, also it's free, but you have to inform us so we can get the item to you. Okay? Please.
What about the software?
Yeah.
Do we have to buy the board, the whiteboard, with the software or the software?
See, usually, for sure, any company prefer to sell their solutions, okay? But it's a good question. No, you should not buy the hardware to get the software. We can give you the software even if you are not buying anything from us.
We have smart boards.
Yes.
But old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned, the projector on board.
No.
Screen, smart screens.
Without camera.
Okay.
Just screen.
Yeah.
But
You
it's
can-
smart.
You can use our software, no problem. Just give your contact and we can give access, fully access to you. Later on, if your school think, okay, to change or upgrade the product, the hardware, you are most welcome. But for sure, you can use the software on any screen, and we are not put this as a condition, you must buy, no, you can use our software for sure. We will be happy, actually one of our targets in USONIC, to increase number of teachers and users of this software. Now globally, we reach 4 million plus users, teachers using our software.
So the database is in your system, not in our system.
The database, you mean, it's just...
Number of
you mean-
students, how many they entered, how many students.
No, again, this what you mentioned is more for LMS, as Dr. mentioned, like about learning management system, like Blackboard, like Edmodo. We are not LMS. We are an educational software to help you to present the presentation, to prepare the presentation, to present and to interact with your students. As I show here, or as Muhammad showed, now, yes, I am inside the classroom. Even if I am at home and my students at home, how we need to interact. I can use my reward on the web browser. So this software is to annotate, to explain inside the classroom or in the distance learning, not to manage the students and classroom and the exam, for example. No, it's not learning management solution, but it's compatible with LMS.
But we can't know how many students open them and use them.
Again,
Or how many professors at the university open the software and use them.
Professor, no, we can manage. We will know for sure.
We can't have a database regarding who's using the software.
They can have from the Microsoft Advanced Manager, talking about the actually once as a school, X school, for example, have an account. So it will be closed on X. So only X will know what happened inside X. Okay? So yeah, as let's say the principal, if you'd like to monitor.
For the principal.
Yeah, you can monitor, you can know all these things, and also you can pull out the statistics of the IEP itself.
Yeah. So you mean as a principal, yes, you can monitor who's from my teachers using this software and who's not using. Yeah, that's easy. Using the device manager, you can have this control as a principal. I thought you asked as a teacher, so I didn't understand the question, why you need to monitor your colleagues. But as a principal, for sure, using the device manager, you can have the monitor of all of the teacher who's using and who's not using.
It's not about that. It's the higher education usually asks us to give them how many professors open the software and use it.
Yes,
As a
yes.
proof
Yeah.
that they are using technology.
On the other hand, I think we can also check with our team, with the IT. I think they can also give you these reports if needed. Yeah.
So it's your database, not ours.
No,
It's our database.
Only
Yeah,
number.
it's our database, 100%.
Yeah, but you have access on the software system. You can also generate this data. You can have it anytime. But yes, because it's on our cloud, so it's with us. But also we have a privacy policy for protection of the data for all our users.
So we are just web users.
You just
Web users.
web users. You have an account on this platform. On this, so yeah. Guys, I think we better finish it there. Thank you very much. Please give a round of applause for giving up your time. If you have any questions, and please, I'm sure the
We can
team
keep our
here.
contact anytime. If you have any more questions, we can be in touch.
And sorry guys, we do have another short presentation outside from ITD, that's the Institute of Transformational Development, and they're going to show you a little bit about AR and VR solutions. So if you'd like to stand up and maybe take a walk outside, they're over on the right hand side, and there's some food once you finish that. So thank you very much.
Thank you so very much.
هذا العلم؟
Yes, yes, thank you. Yes,